Let's have a little update on my health kick, shall we? Do I look thin? Am I skinny yet? Well, as opposed to a blue whale, I'm pretty skinny. Because last time I was on a beach when I was on holiday, Greenpeace dragged me back in the sea. But that's not what we're here for. Or are we? Maybe you just want to poke fun at the fat fucker. Because trust me, on the other channel, they poke fun at me all the time. It does amaze me. People are opinionated quite a lot. But what happens is, once you put a hole in their argument, they get really, really defensive and then blame the other person for being defensive, which is odd. I constantly say in the trading world, which is where I work, if you're a gambler or you think it's gambling, you should never do it. You shouldn't even be in the industry. But then people will argue that it's gambling. And when it's pointed out, because I am quite brutal like that, I'll just say, look, gamblers just not welcome. They then kick off. And it's like, well, shouldn't be there in the first place. Simple stuff. It's a bit like when we were kids and you used to run around on garage roofs and walls. You know you shouldn't be up there. But then you fall off and you hurt your leg and you cry. Well, if you weren't there in the first place, you wouldn't have fallen off and hurt your leg, would you? But we live and learn. We live and learn. Am I living in learning? Yeah, I found a little bit of self-discovery doing this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you my scales. Here we go. So boys and girls, it's weigh-in time. So let's have a little bit of a weigh-in, shall we? Ta-da! Lost a little bit. Now, let me show you my sheet, how I track things. So I'll put it in. I'm down to 312.6. So I haven't lost a great deal of weight this week. But I have lost. I've lost a little bit. Lost like sort of half a pound. But if I do this steadily, which is what I'm trying to do, and I really appreciate everybody's input in this, it will come off. But I had to do it in little steps, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm building up the walks I do. So I've done 13 walks this week as opposed to 6 last week. Only little walks because I am getting tired and one thing and another. Wednesday was a bit of a knacker because I ended up in hospital all day. It was great. Well, it wasn't really. I actually went to the doctors to get a scan on my back and it came to that. But I'll tell you that in just a second. So it kind of wrote off Wednesday altogether. My working hours, I am working now. I'm just doing this while I'm having a quick coffee and waiting for my cornflakes to come up because it's early morning. I'll be doing maybe half a day today. Finish mid-afternoon sometime. So I'll have done about 70 hours this week of work. And that's 2 half days as well. So I still need to work on getting my working hours reduced, get out of this chair, which I'm fully aware of. But I am stretching. Push-ups. I got 160 push-ups in this week. And I finally got out to swing a golf club. So a little bit better, but work got in the way. It was also incredibly hot this week. So that was it. Food-wise, I'm easing into that. And then I'll touch on that in just a second. So I have cornflakes for breakfast. I have done my entire life. And habits are hard to break. And the chances are I'm not going to break it. So cornflakes are staying. Okay? I like cornflakes in the morning. I don't really get hunger pangs. Look at the fucking size of me. Of course I'm not. But I've tuned down everything that I have for lunch. I don't have big lunches anymore. I don't have spaghetti bolognese and all this sort of thing. Just have maybe a boiled egg, a little bit of a ham sandwich, something like that. And I've kept it relatively thing. Cut out all my snacks. That was the first thing that I wanted to do. And at the moment, like last night, I had a little bit of mince on pasta. On Tuesday, didn't have anything. I actually didn't have any tea at all. Why? Well, I weren't hungry. I was also very sore. So what I'm doing is, in order to keep on it, I think my path is break habits gently. If I go in at it cold turkey, um, I would have a massive, massive sort of just, I don't want to do this. I would just, I would just throw it out altogether. So it would be a massive aversion to doing it. But I've eased it off. Like, unless I have 20 coffees today, I've got my coffee intake down, which has reduced my sugar. I've already reduced my sugar. I used to have 2 sugars in a coffee and I only put 1. I'm trying to get my working week down to under 60 hours. That might be a bit difficult for me because of what I do, but I'll give it a go. If not, I love my job anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But it means I've got to get up and out of this quite a bit. And that's it. So my regime is very simple. I get up, got 2 flights of stairs in my house. I earn the right to walk up the stairs by doing 5 press-ups. So sometimes, and you'll see in the way that I do press-ups, when I get in this office, I don't leave it. And that's one of the issues that I have. So I've got to work on that. I do stretches all the time, whether that's just on the back of the chair or trying to touch my toes, that sort of thing, to do my back. And I'm trying to get out and walk. Now, I've doubled my walking this week from 6 walks last week, 13 walks this week. So that's getting stronger and better. And I'll be out again today, so that'll probably be even more. So I'll try and get 2 walks in today. So might have done 15 walks this week. Outstanding. And all right, I've lost a little bit. But that's all I'm interested in. Just little gains, little small wins over and over. And just continually do that. And I genuinely believe that the transition would be easier than just sort of straight on fasting, change all of the food that I eat, everything overnight. Because suddenly you'll see a big drop in weight immediately. But if I hate it, I just go, do you know something? I just want to fish. I just want to go get fish and chips. But if I just ease into it, hopefully it'll get better. But at the moment, little and often. Now, just to give you an idea of things that happened and why I'm at the stage where I'm at, on Wednesday, I fell over twice this week. Right, just legs give out. Joanne sent me to the hospital, or sent me to the doctors rather, who examined my back and then sent me straight down to hospital. She says, right, I want you to have an MRI and I want it today. But the only way you're going to get it is in A&E. I said, well, I don't really want to go. He says, no, you have to go because this isn't good. So went to A&E and I was there all day. And if you ever want to see society in all of its forms, go to an A&E in a UK hospital. Christ, it was unbelievable. I hated every minute of it. But I had an MRI while I was there, also like my bladder scans and all of this sort of thing. And the results have come back that due to sort of past injuries and various other bits and pieces, I have arthritis in my lower back. And it ain't going to get any better. So it is what it is. All that can happen is sort of manage the pain, because I'm in constant pain. Every day I'm in constant pain. Probably why I'm a grumpy bastard. Because every single day I'm in pain from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. So I've got good pain management, you know. And believe it or not, yeah, if it gets really bad, tramadol, that sort of thing. But Voltarol, good set of that on the morning to ease it off. Bit of deep heat later in the day, and then Voltarol again. It has worked. So I've never used it before or anything like that, but the last few days have been a lot better. And that was recommended by the doctor. Just put this on the gel straight into it, and then when the pain gets too bad, take a painkiller, get naproxen or various other bits and pieces over the counter. Ibuprofen is pretty good. Just basic over-the-counter stuff, but manage it properly. So I guess we down that route, and then eventually, if it gets so bad, fuse it together, if that's an option. But we'll just have to wait and see. But if I can get the weight off, it'll take the pressure off my back, which might also relieve a bit of the pain. So this is it. These are the crosses that we have to bear, boys and girls. So as you get older, various things sort of wear out, and it looks like my back's worn out. Bugger. But we'll give it our best shot, shall we? So there we go. That's a little health update. So it's a little step forward again. Scruff's a happy boy. Bit of work to do. Going out for a day this afternoon. Maybe it's about 2 o'clock, so I'll work up to 2 o'clock. Get a couple of walks in. 1 or 2, and then another one before I go to bed. And do it all again next week. Have yourselves a good one. And always was live your best life.